Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela. So I have done this before, this type of video. Um, I think it's a great idea, but it didn't get a lot of hits or reviews, and so I haven't done any more. But I think I might pick it back up again and just do it for me, because that's usually what I do for my channel anyway, is just for me. If anybody watches or comments or is part of it, that's great. But basically what I did before, and I'll post the link to that below, is I would pick something from a tarot card. The first time I did in mushrooms. And I was like, what decks did I have that stand out, that mushrooms stand out for me? And I picked a bunch of decks. And then I was like, curious as to what those cards were and why I was specifically drawn to those cards. And I put them all together and looked at them, and I looked at them as a spread of what is the message in the cards combined. And it was very interesting. And I feel like sometimes I collect decks. I never would have said I'm a deck collector. When I first started this in 2018, 2019, around there, I never would have said, oh, I'm a deck collector. Now, however, is a different story because I have a lot of decks. And it's funny because recently I have a list of animals and things I want to look at in different decks. But recently, the garden spider came up for me, and I'm like, what? And now I have 4 decks I want to show you guys, and maybe read through the book with them, because they all come with the book. There's two indie and 2 mass market. One of the mass market was also indie, and it went mass market. But I wanted to show you the images I have. Technically, I have 5 cards. 2 of the cards are the same deck. There's a first edition and a second edition. One is just borderless. And that is the Meraki Tarot. This is the second edition of the Garden Spider in here. I did not pull out... Where did the other card go? I have the... What is happening? Oh, it's stuck to this stuff. That's the first edition. It's almost looks skinnier. They're the same. The second edition is edged green. It comes edged green automatically. But as you can see, you can actually see more of the spider in the borderless. Like almost all of it. This is like a zoomed in image of it. So we're going to leave that there. And then I have from my Native American Tarot. This is a Slow Scarabero Tarot. Mass Market Tarot deck. There's the Garden Spider again. This almost doesn't look like the rest of them. But I think they all are Garden Spiders. And then we have the MJ Cullinane's Guardians of the Night. There he is, the Garden Spider. And then this is from my newer Animals and Botanical Tarot. This is the Death card. So now that we've had a look at it, so the spider in the Native American Tarot is the Queen of Swords. And I just love the artwork in this. The Meraki Tarot, it is the 8 of Swords, which is the card I look for in most decks. And then we have the Death card here, and then it's the Ace of Wands and the Guardians of the Night Tarot. So we're going to just do this here. Actually, we're going to use the border because they're all bordered. But I find it interesting that 2 of them are swords And then we have Death, and then the Ace of Wands. Taking that initial action, right? So let's look at, and I know some people are not going to like this because it's spiders, and some people, like me with snakes, are very, ugh. But yeah. And I did not get the book out for the second edition. That's why I just, also another reason why I just took it away. We've got the, I have the book that went with the first edition of this Meraki Tarot here. So yeah, there's that. Getting my cat out of the way here, because he is going to be a butthole. He's trying to be. Okay, so the Native American Tarot. We have the, and I just dropped the book on the floor. It is the Queen of Swords, which is what I resonate with in the tarot. Mostly. Alright, chalices. This is all renamed in here. Pentacles, swords. The Queen of Swords, Spider. The Spider Woman, creator of the earth, weaves baskets with liana and willow branches, helped by the toad, whose croaking attracts the rain and presides over purification by means of water. Interesting. Now, I've said this before, and it almost looks like there's dancing figures down here in the corner. I've said this before when I've read this card before, because I have drawn this card before. I do not see a toad anywhere in this card. There also looks like a figure there. Stone figure maybe dancing. Look how intricate the spider web and stuff is. And it almost looks like here that it's either nighttime or the sun is behind the clouds, making it an overcast day, making it kind of gloomy looking. But I don't see a toad anywhere in this. Oh, wait. No. Thought it was right there. There's no toad. I don't see a toad. Just says spider. The Spider Woman, creator of the earth, weaves baskets with liana and willow branches, helped by the toad, whose croaking attracts the rain and presides over purification by means of water. And it's funny because I often say I need to connect head and heart. And if you go back to the Light Seers Tarot, she has her heart in a cage. And considering the Queen of Swords does. And in this Queen of Swords, she's relying on the elements to kind of open her up. And then the frog croaking attracts the water. So I find it interesting that it's almost blending those two of connecting head and heart together, because the head is air. It's the swords to me, which I find very fascinating, because I'm always drawn to the Queen of Swords, and I'm always getting this message in a roundabout way from the universe, whoever, it's time to connect head and heart. And all of a sudden I've been thinking about the spider lately, and it just, what's going on with it and all this stuff. And I realized these 4 cards, I just now realized that it was the Queen of Swords, Eight of Swords, Death, and Ace of Wands while I'm doing this video. So I find it very interesting, because I feel like they do all go together. And And maybe because I don't do personal readings really anymore, I do like mediumship readings, missing person readings, things like that. So I feel like the spider, in a way, or whatever I get drawn to in a card, is its way of drawing me into a reading with cards that I would have never connected together. You know what I'm saying? So it's quite interesting that these seemingly cards that would have nothing to do with each other seemingly do in a reading because of the common ground they have of the spider. Which is how my brain works. It's weird. Eight of Swords is the card I overcame in the Light Seers. Light Seers, the reason why I got that deck was the Eight of Swords. It is literally the card I had to overcome because I saw myself. I didn't realize until I got that deck, the Light Seers, that I was still seeing myself trapped in this card. This dog is gonna be the death of me, I swear. 10, 8, okay. And once I got the Light Seers, I'm like, oh, I had not realized I was still seeing myself as this trapped situation. And I often go back to that. And I actually have another deck. It's a cartoon deck, Mystic Medleys, where it kind of freaked me out because it almost like she got comfortable in this Eight of Swords position and made the best of it. And I'm like, I feel like that's what I've done. And it freaked me out because I'm like, realizing maybe you got comfortable in the uncomfortable. And I'm like, just, let sleeping dogs lie. Just let it go. And I'm like, I can't because I know that there's more than this. I know that there's more to me than that. You know what I'm saying? So the Eight of Swords kind of really opened that up for me and made me realize you're not trapped. You're not in this web of your own making. It's really something of your own doing in the Eight of Swords. And I find this one interesting just because, first of all, it's the spider. But I feel like it's almost like somebody set up a trap for you to get caught up in. It's different than what you normally see in the Eight of Swords, of somebody being bound and blindfolded and not being able to see their way out of it, even though they have a very easy way they could get out of it if they just remove the blindfold, remove the bonds. They could see it. And this one almost like somebody trapped them into a situation and now they're like trapped. So I find that interesting. And then it says, light, backed into a corner, blocked, caught, delusions, dilemma. Dark, avoidance, coming clean, counsel, criticism, and escape. The Eight of Swords shows you the restrictions you have on your thoughts and how this might bind you. The negative thought patterns that you may hold are natural and nurture are unnecessarily trapping you and placing you as the victim. And I didn't realize I was doing that for many, 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 many years until I got the Light Seers. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm doing this to myself. Okay, it says you are not powerless and can change your fate because this in an entrapment of the mind. You are free to release this and create a new path ahead, a new way of thinking. It's the time to see beyond your constructed limitations. The web is very dense, and the spider has created an enticing home for the powerless. The sky is dark and foretells a possible dead end, but beyond the clouds, the sky opens and clears way for release. The ladybug is surrounded by 8 swords, and though she appears to be stuck, her wings are ready to fly away and own her freedom. Be willing to believe in your strength. Wow. See, there's reasons why I'm drawn to certain images and certain things in different cards at certain times. I needed to hear exactly what I just read. That's crazy. And I never really read the books. So interesting. Spread your wings and see the possibilities of healing energy within. Wow. And look, if you really notice, only her body is stuck. She could literally take off with her wings, and I never paid attention to that until now. So that's quite interesting. I love how this seems to be coming there. It's the same message coming through again with another card. It's you hold this power to do with as you choose. You can choose to keep being prisoner or victimizing yourself, or you can choose to fly away or release yourself from it. Interesting. And in doing so, you can connect head and heart. So we're on to the death card in the animal and botanical. This is what it looks like. It's a huge, thick book. I love this deck. It is a newer deck for me. It's one I got at the end of March. Yeah. It says transformation, anguish, and acceptance. Pulling death never means what you think. But let's not sugarcoat it. These are tough times. The Golden Garden Spider, and I'm not going to even attempt to pronounce the scientific name, it's there in bracket, is an orb weaver, which are known for transforming their silk into intricate lace-like webs. They are not aggressive towards humans, but their bite is deadly for the small insects that get stuck in their webs. You might be feeling stuck and have an urge to struggle and flee some situation. Remember, what's normal for the spider is chaos for the fly. Redefine your role in a situation so you can stop being the victim. And it just said that here, like you're victimizing yourself. Interesting. And then talks about the female wasp. A female wasp can deliver multiple sharp stings, the effects of which can linger for days. The pain that you are feeling now might seem like it will last forever, but this card is telling you that some emotional relief is on its way. And then it talks about the Venus flytraps. Death provides a Venus flytrap. Nourishment. They are the only carnivorous plant that can move, and the hair-covered lobes at the end of each leaf act as sensors that snap shut when a fly or other insect lands. It takes about 48 hours for the plant to digest its meal. Life and death are so closely intertwined in nature. Remember that not all death is bad, and surviving trials and tribulations will leave you transformed. And I just saw a video of someone earlier today. Oh my gosh, she just scared the crap out of me. Hold on. Yeah, and I just saw somebody today on a video talking about this exact thing. And I'm like, this is crazy. Crazy. So this seems like it's all the same, again, the same message. Coming to fruition, just for little old me. Interesting. So now we're going to go with the Ace of Wands. I just had the wands here. Spider, patience, creativity, awareness, vibration, and connection. Firefly, guidance, creativity, inspiration. So there's a firefly here too. He's caught in the spider's web. And I will tell you, I walked into many a garden, and I'm saying garden spider because it looks just like the garden spider in North America that I've ran into many, many times. And where I live between here and the state I grew up in. And I just find it interesting that these all look like the same spider. And they all have the same message. The Ace of Wands brings forward an original path, a new reason to feel enthusiastic about a blossoming situation. This is not the time to sit back and wait for things to happen. I feel like now it's calling me out. Of course, I have had this message many times where it's like you need to at least take that first actionable step, which is to me what the Ace of Wands is. You take that first actionable step, and then the universe will step in and help you continue forward. But you have to take that first step. Interesting. When the Ace of Wands appears, you will benefit significantly from mustering up the courage and letting yourself entertain new and imaginative ideas. This is not the time for self-doubt or second guessing. Pay attention to your gut and areas that call your attention. Like a spider's web, you will feel the vibration when something of value is near. Pay attention to the signs and follow your gut, as it will lead you down the path to fresh opportunities. Call upon the firefly's energy when you need to feel comfort in the dark, or when you need the courage to move forward without knowing exactly where you are going. The small creature illuminates the darkest of nights. When you use its energy, you will lead a brightness glowing from within, which will help guide you as you move forward. The spider lends its energy by offering creativity and sensitivity to vibration. The spider knows how to craft the perfect web, one that will yield the greatest return without being caught up in itself. Although a new adventure is forming, the spider also brings restraint. Having the ability to create a foundation for success is but one part of the equation. The spider also possesses patience, knowing in time its hard work will pay off and it will attract its desired outcome. And I love that. And that goes along with the person I found on YouTube today that said, what you desire is already yours. You just have to grab it. And I'm like, that's amazing. Like, what you desire, the thing that you need the most, that you desire, the thing that you want the most, it's already yours. And that's why you want it so bad, because you already know, your soul recognizes it, that it's something that's already belongs to you. And I just thought that was beautiful. And coupled with this tonight, it's just like, yeah, what are you waiting for? Do it. You know. So that is I don't know if I'm going to start this as a little series, because I have so many ideas on different cards to use for spreads like this. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, don't hesitate to comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, let me know in the comments. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos. And y'all have a good night. Bye.